Hey guys, what's up? It's TheThirdKnight here, and welcome to episode 6 of PVM Pro. Really happy to be bringing out this episode for you guys because I really do enjoy this series, and it has been a while since the last one because I've been busy maxing. But it's been a crazy week. Started off by going to Bandos God Wars dungeon. For those of you who don't know, I've been doing as much bossing as I possibly can between now and when I go to Melbourne, so that I make the most of it before the update next week, which will pretty much make most bossing harder. And yeah, I've talked a bit more about that update in a previous video, so I won't say much more on that topic other than I will be once again changing up the Armory, which is the name of the list of items I aim to get by the end of this series. I'll be doing that as soon as possible when I'm back from Melbourne, and I may even sell up some of the items I currently have on the current Armory if after that update they are completely useless to me. You'll have seen on screen a Bandos glove split. That was a lot of fun. Now on to Fight Kiln. Firstly, I would like to say that the Fight Kiln is super easy besides the TokHaar-Kals, and maybe, I think they're called TokHaar-Kals, whatever, I'm just going to call them that for the rest of this video. And maybe the Jads depending on your skill in switching between prayers. You might have also just noticed on screen my Yak died. That was at the end of wave 35, and that had 1k healing aura scrolls, which are the unicorn special scrolls inside of it, as well as a bunch of other supplies, which considering this was my second attempt and my only attempt where I'd actually made it up to the final boss, I was a bit annoyed because it had some supplies in it, and yeah, those unicorn scrolls and all that supplies probably cost about 500k in total, so I was a bit annoyed at that because wave 36 is a different shard area, instant shard area, so I couldn't pick up any of the stuff my Yak died after that, which was a bit disappointing. But I just want to talk about Kiln for a little bit. But yeah, once you've passed the TokHaar-Kal waves and killed those Jads and stuff, as long as you pick up all the Constitution crystals and save them for wave 36, you probably don't even need them for wave 36, but it makes wave 36 much easier at the moment. Just literally a complete walk in the park. You probably hardly need to eat. Then you'll be pretty much fine for completing it, getting Kiln Cape or your uncut Onyx. Basically, the Constitution crystals, they'll boost your life points depending on what gear you have. It can boost it like, heaps high. It'll for me, when I did it a second time, which you'll see later in the video, you get I had full void the second time, so I had around, I think, like a 15,000 life points when I used the Constitution crystal, and it just keeps boosting it like every few seconds, so you literally take no damage. You could probably even finish Fight Kiln without even killing any of the tentacles, but I just chose to do that because I don't want to risk it. But yeah, second attempt, I'm really happy with that, considering I died the first time I'd ever tried Kiln Cape against the TokHaar-Kals, which I stuffed up the lures for, because they'll absolutely pile you if you don't do that right, so you're definitely going to want to use a guide for that. And I also found that the TokHaar-Kal wave went on for ages, because if you you had to use the rune pick to crack their armor before you can actually do any damage to them. And yeah, that just took ages to crack their armor with the rune pick. I don't know why. I swear it was faster before. Maybe it's some update with all the different abilities and evolution of combat and everything. But oh well. But yeah, I basically just stood in the center of the Fight Kiln for all the waves besides any TokHaar-Kal waves or Jad waves. And yeah, because you can just use Rejuvenate and heal up full and everything, and you'll be absolutely fine against all other monsters besides the Jads and the TokHaar-Kals. So that was really awesome, and yeah, woohoo! I finally got my Kiln Cape, so I'm really happy with that. I finally caught up with everyone else and killed all the bosses of RuneScape, which I've wanted to do for ages, but I've been busy maxing and stuff, so it's really nice. That's always been on the back of my mind. Now you might have just heard me, you might have said that I just made a... Sorry, you might be thinking I made a mistake there, which I just did, technically. But yes, I did say that I killed all of the bosses in RuneScape. Now, you'll see what I mean by that in this footage right now of next. But also, just before I go get past all the kiln stuff, I just want to say that I'm aiming for 4 Kiln Capes. I have 2 currently. And the reason I want 4 is so I can have 2 as a placeholder and one that I use, and then another one for my player owned house, and then another one on top of that which I put in my bank also, so I have 3 in my bank just in case I lose my placeholder. So I just want to make the most of Kiln at the moment while it's easy to do, and stock up on 4 of those. After this video, maybe tonight, I might do a live stream of a 3rd Kiln Cape attempt, and maybe a 4th, it depends, probably just a 3rd, it depends how much time I have. But yeah, so look out for that if you're interested in watching that. Otherwise, you know, if it's a different time zone or whatever, I'm probably not even going to make a video on it. I might just do a live stream straight up, and anybody who's currently like watching and stuff, they can tune in. But you know, just tell me in the comments, and you know, I'll wait a few hours and stuff and see what you guys say. But either way, it'll be recorded on YouTube. You'll be able to see it. And if people want me to post the time and stuff when I'm gonna do the live stream, I'll do that for you guys. No problems. But yeah, so for Nex is good. I like Nex. I went to Nex for the first proper trip, which was lots of fun. Prior to this week, I'd never been there except for using my insta-kill darts. So thanks go to the other 3 leaders of the clan, RSN, Ladin, Chuck, No Trivia, and Promised, for showing me how to do it all. It was a lot of fun doing it on Skype and everything. It is a lot of fun and really exciting, considering the large amounts of high-level drops Nex has. Well, literally drops like the best armor currently in the game. You know, besides maybe the stuff from player imports, which technically isn't really in the game yet because people haven't unlocked it, or maybe they're just unlocking it now. Anyway, you know what I mean. But yeah, it's really cool to be killing a monster which has a chance of dropping all of those things. Like, I mean, it's meant to have a drop rate of 1 in 30 as well, which is relatively low compared to something like Corporal Beast, which, you know, drops, I guess, the next highest level gear and stuff, you know, the Divines and stuff. So it's challenging, but not too hard. And after you've been out on a few trips, you start getting into it a lot more, and it gets easier. Just like anything, you know, you do it more and it gets easier, but it literally takes like 1 or 2 trips, and then you'll sort of get your head around all the phases and everything. That said, it still does require a lot of concentration, and you don't want to stuff it up if at all possible, because you can get yourself and other people killed, and it is a pain getting back, and you don't want to disconnect also, and you know, it's just, you don't want that to happen. But I found even if you don't get any next armor piece drops, you still make really good profit. We were doing, well, I did I did trios and I did 4-man trips, and on average that equaled around 1.5 to 3 mil an hour or more, which is like really good. So if you add on top of that any of the next armor pieces, it automatically makes it worth doing. But yeah, on one of the trios we did manage to get Virtus gloves, which you'll have hopefully seen by now. Just sold that for 43 mil on the Grand Exchange, which is really cool. At the time it was 18 mil med price, but it sold for 43 mil because all next armor pieces are rising at the moment because of obviously the update coming out next week. And on top of that, managed to get the 2 Kiln capes, as well as a 2-way split of Bandos Boots, gloves, and 2 war shields, as well as smaller drops. So overall, it was a very productive start to the week. You see on screen me trading all that cash over. It's definitely worth doing all that next. Got a bunch of cash left over. This is the second Kiln cape that I did as well. I chose to go in full void for my second run through. That just goes to show how easy Kiln is at the moment. I mean, void just sped it up so much more, and the first time you probably noticed, like, I had a Veracs helm that I was wearing the entire time, like when I was maging and stuff. I'm not sure if I maged at the end of the first bit of footage and stuff I had on Kiln. But basically, I brought a Veracs helm, and I was just wearing that when I was maging and stuff. I didn't even bother changing it over, and I also had like a rapier and stuff, which I was using as my melee weapon, which took absolutely ages because a lot of the Kiln cape monsters and everything, they're actually weak to crush, and so a stabbing weapon wasn't so great, and even wearing that Veracs helm and stuff, it didn't speed it up very much either, because that lowered my magic attack chance and all that sort of thing. So it was a lot better using the void and stuff, and it's really cool. Just it's just crazy how like easy it is to do Kiln cape at the moment. So anybody who's watching this who doesn't currently have Kiln cape, I highly recommend going and doing it. I didn't even mention this yet. I used Smokey 9112 Films, another YouTuber, his Fight Kiln guide, and that was the one which wasn't Evolution of Combat. I don't think he's got a full Evolution of Combat guide out, because obviously it's getting updated soon, so he doesn't want to just like do one for like a week and then it gets updated. You have to make another one. But his current one is just absolutely amazing. So I'll put a link in the description to that. Definitely worth checking that video out, and it will definitely help you if you can have YouTube open while you do Fight Kiln, because it's just a wave by wave guide. And he also has another video which is on like the initial armor setup and strategies and stuff for the Evolution of Combat when you do Fight Kiln. But yeah, highly recommend that. I use that, and very, very useful guide, so I'll put that in the description for you guys. But so I finally managed to kill whatever his name is, Zamorakian, and I managed to get my second Fight Kiln cape, so that was really good. In a minute I'll cross over into some live footage of me progressing through other armory items, but yeah, overall very productive week. But yeah, I'll get into live footage now. Hey guys, so you will have seen me while I was at Nex. I had a master wand, and see, I've got this lovely cash bar. I got some other loot here that I'll eventually sell up from bossing and stuff as well. But for this episode, so far I just have the offhand chaotics to go, as well as the Armadyl, full Armadyl, which is just the Armadyl Chestplate and Armadyl chain skirt to go. So I think I'm gonna go for the Armadyl Chestplate now, and by that, if I can find it here, not the chain skirt, Armadyl Chestplate. Obviously it's been rising because of the update coming out next week. So hopefully this sells. I'm just gonna try 5% over initially, see if it sells. All right. Hopefully I don't have to pay too much more, but it is likely that I might have to actually. I want to save a bit just in case I need more seeds for 99 farming as well. Let's try 13. Alright, I think the chain skirt's like 14 mil, so I'm just gonna go 5 mil, 15 mil, sorry. Armadyl Chestplate, come on, 15 mil, come on, sell. Sell. Yay, it sold. How much? Okay, awesome. 13.4 mil. I really don't mind. I'm just gonna do more bossing later on, and I'll probably head Bandos or something. Also, oh yeah, I don't want to forget about that Kiln live stream. So I've got that Armadyl Chestplate, so that's really good. I also bought a master wand for Nex. Did I just mention that? I'm not sure. But I bought that earlier in the week, so I've got that there in my bank. But yeah, that's really nice. So right now I just have a few more bosses. I just have to kill a few more bosses on the bosses list to tick all the bosses off, as well as get the offhand chaotics and the Armadyl chain skirt before I've completed this part of the series, and I can move on to the second and final part, which is going to be an absolute load of fun. That's going to be really, really fun, going for the next sets and the very best armor and everything, and it's going to be called PVM Virtuoso. So stay tuned for that, except obviously I'll have a few more episodes yet before I finish this part of the series, because I do need to get, I will have to obviously revamp the armory as I've talked about as earlier, and yeah, I will have a lot more stuff to change after the update that comes out next week. But that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next video or in the Fight Kiln stream.